Section 212 of the Elections Act also provides that the federal government may act against a party that is acting in a manner which is prejudicial to Pakistan's safety, sovereignty or integrity. But Section 212 also envisages the Supreme Court's role in this matter. It also directs the government to send a reference to the Supreme Court. As far as the government's decision to ban the PTI is concerned, the decision not only betrays the government's inability to read the law and the constitution, but also betrays its inability to read the room. Now, as far as the legal implications of this decision are concerned, Article 17 of the Constitution of Pakistan guarantees the freedom of association. Article 17, however, also provides that the federal government may declare a political party to be acting in a manner which is prejudicial to the integrity or the sovereignty of Pakistan, and in the event that the federal government makes such declaration, the federal government would have to transmit this declaration or a reference to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court's decision on that reference shall be final and binding. Now, Section 212 of the Elections Act also provides credence to this view. Section 212 of the Elections Act also provides that the federal government may act against a party that is acting in a manner which is prejudicial to Pakistan's safety, sovereignty or integrity. But Section 212 also envisages the Supreme Court's role in this matter. It also directs the government to send a reference to the Supreme Court. And Section 213 of the Elections Act says that only after the Supreme Court affirms such a reference, upholds such a declaration, will all members, all parliamentarians of such a political party be disqualified for the remainder of the parliament's term. Now, as far as the federal government's current decision or current announcement is concerned, this announcement will be subjected to the Supreme Court's scrutiny. We have recently seen that 11 judges of the Supreme Court have affirmed the PTI's right to act as a political party. Now, even though the reserve seats case before the Supreme Court involved different issues, but we have seen the Supreme Court's propensity to no longer act in a manner that supports the artificial amputation of a political party or political leaders from the electoral realm. And while we have seen the implications of such amputation or such exclusion of political parties and political leaders from the electoral realm in the past as well, the federal government's decision is once again a manifestation of the fact that our political parties and our political governments have not learned anything from history. We have seen recently the Supreme Court departed from its precedent in the Samiullah Baloch case, where the Supreme Court had held that a disqualification under Article 62(1)(f) continues for life. More recently, we have seen that the Supreme Court ruled the Election Commission's denial of the PTI the right to contest elections unlawful as well. So as a result, with these precedents in mind, it is unlikely that the federal government's view or its decision would be supported by the Supreme Court, and the federal government's decision to ban the PTI is perhaps, in light of such events, likely to fail. And as a result, this decision appears to be ill-advised, and this decision appears to be inconsistent with both the letter and spirit of our Constitution and the Elections Act 2017.